This is probably the slowest book I have ever finished because every few chapters I had to put it down and remind myself that it was supposed to be a fiction. If I had to recommend one book about a woman's life to men, it would be this one. The book is called Someone Like Her by Awais Khan, and honestly, what shocked me the most is that it was written by a man because the way he writes Aisha's story feels painfully real. Aisha is educated, independent, outspoken. She has a family that really supports her. She has a career and her own voice. In many ways, she already has everything we are told women need in order to be safe and free. And yet, none of those things protected her from what eventually happened to her, because so often we are told that education is the answer, or maybe financial independence is the answer, progress is the answer. And while all of these things matter, this book forces you to confront a much harder truth. The problem was never the woman, it's the world around her. What made this book even harder to read was the timing. While I was reading it, there were real stories on the news that sounded exactly like the book. Stories of acid attacks, violence, stories of rejection turning into obsession, stories of male entitlement, women being punished for saying no. And suddenly, it didn't feel like a fiction anymore. It felt like reality. And it is a reality. What affected me most was not even the attack itself, it was everything that came after. The way Aisha looks at herself and no longer recognizes the person in the mirror. The way a single act of violence takes away not just a face, but your confidence, identity, and safety. The feeling of being yourself is taken away. Can you imagine looking in the mirror and no longer recognizing the person staring back at you? Can you even imagine the kind of detachment from yourself, from the face you have looked at in the mirror your entire life, from the identity you have carried for years? And for the first time, I found myself thinking less about the sin and more about the person forced to live through it afterwards. That is the part that broke my heart because I realized that when we read headlines, we often think about what happened. We rarely think about what happens next. This book makes you sit with that reality. This is not an easy read. It's disturbing and uncomfortable. And there were moments when I genuinely wanted to stop reading. But maybe that's exactly why it matters, because some stories are not meant to entertain us. They are meant to make us uncomfortable enough to pay attention. And if there is one thing this book left me thinking, it is this: women don't need this story explained to them. Most of us already know it. We have grown up with versions of it. Maybe the people who need to read it most are the ones who have never had to live it.